Well, as you may have heard, obtaining Social Security disability can be quite the hassle. There are rules to follow, there's regulations you have to keep in mind, there's early requests for Social Security, and most of the time they're denied. It can be an overwhelming process, but it really doesn't have to be. Attorney David Jackson heads up the Social Security disability practice for the law firm of Ingerman Horowitz, with offices throughout Maryland, including here in Salisbury. David, first of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What is Social Security disability?
Well, Social Security disability is a federal assistance program that is managed by the Social Security Administration. What it does is it provides monthly cash benefits for individuals who can no longer work. In order to qualify, certain medical requirements must be met in order for a person to be considered disabled.
Okay, that was the next question I was going to say. We hear disabled, but what's considered disabled?
Well, Social Security has a very unique definition. The definition of disability for Social Security is the inability to maintain what's called substantial gainful activity based upon a medical documented condition that is continuous for a period of 12 months. Now, that does not mean you have to be bedridden or incapacitated. So, for example, an individual who can't sit in a chair for 6 hours, that person may be considered disabled. An individual who suffers from an anxiety disorder and because of that disorder cannot maintain pace and concentration at work, that person can be considered disabled. Likewise, a person who can miss his work 3 to 4 days out of a month due to a condition, that person can become disabled. The important thing to remember is Social Security has very complex rules and regulations that they use to determine whether or not someone is disabled.
Okay, so what if somebody has not worked?
Okay. Well, there are Social Security programs available for people who have worked and for people who have not worked. The first program is called Disability Insurance Benefits. That's the most common program. What that benefit, and that is for people who have worked 5 of the past 10 years generally before they became disabled. Under this program, it does not matter if you're rich or poor, but benefits are paid off based on someone's earning records, just like regular Social Security retirement is. Now, if you've never worked, Social Security has a program called Supplemental Security Income, which is known as SSI commonly. Now, SSI is for people who have never worked. The big difference between SSI and disability insurance benefits is SSI has very strict income and asset limitations to it.
Okay, so
and I should say there's other programs too. For example, there's programs for people who are disabled widows and widowers, and there's also programs available for children with disabilities as well.
So there are lots of resources that are available?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's say I'm to the point of trying to secure some Social Security benefits of some type. What would you say is the most important step I take?
The most important thing is to leave no stone unturned. And what I mean by that is you want every scrap of evidence that is available in bringing the case. So that means every medical record a person has had over a period of time. You want work history reports for the past 15 years to learn what a person's trained to do and has the ability to do. I also like to talk to people's friends or neighbors or family members to find out what exactly the disability is and how it has changed this person's life.
Okay, so my understanding is statistics show most of the time you're denied right out of the gate. When should I consider getting an attorney to help me through this?
Well, you are correct on that. 60% of everyone who applies for Social Security disability benefits is denied. Between 2009 and 2012, 1.5 million people appealed this decision. Of those people, the ones who got an experienced attorney to help them with their claim, 65 to 70% were successful in that appeal. Now, you asked me,
when should I get the attorney?
I think you should get the attorney immediately.
Yeah.
I know other lawyers say you should wait till you are denied your case before you go ahead and get a lawyer. We like to get in on the ground floor.
And just start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning. Social Security has many complex rules and regulations. There's very strict timelines involved in these cases, and there's many confusing and complicated forms.
And the attorney can help you through that.
That's exactly correct.
David, thank you so much.
You're
Wonderful information this afternoon. That's some stuff we needed to know. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, the number of homeless people grows every day here on Delmarva. And for the last 5 years, the group HALO has met many of their basic needs, even put some of them back on their feet. Now there's a way that you can help HALO, and that is next.